I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to my channel, guys. Can you quickly talk about that episode where Musa was literally devouring Usney? You understand? So there was a scene where Umakele, she was asking Musa that, okay, I see what you are doing because you just even gifted one of your boys a car, a whole Benz. You understand? I see what you are doing for the boys. So can you talk about the girls for a minute? Like, when are you gonna do something for the girls? But more specifically, she was just focusing the question on Usne, because we all know that Usne is Musa's like oldest child. You understand, the firstborn and everything. But for some reason, nothing ever works out with her. You understand? So almost he was like, Usne has been like literally a disappointment. You understand? Usne has been a disappointment. And now Anisha Usne, like, she just recently even changed their surname to Mseleku. He was even saying, no, I don't even want her kids, Snake's kids, to even change their surname to call Mseleku, because that will be very disrespectful to the fathers and whatnot, because they did the right thing. They did right by those kids. So meaning that they did everything traditionally, introducing kids and whatnot and whatnot. And that makes sense. You understand? But the fact that Umusa doesn't even want Usne's kids in his home is crazy. It's crazy. He was like, no, I can't even buy Usne a car, because even if I buy her a car, the next day she's probably gonna sell their car. You understand? So I don't know, like, the impression that Usne is given Umusa, and it's like, I'm even giving her like a monthly allowance in her big age. I'm giving her a monthly allowance, but nothing is happening with that money. You understand? I got her a job. She didn't even work. She quit the job. She didn't even continue working there. So I don't even know what is happening. And I can't continue to subsidize. That's the word that he used. He said subsidize. I cannot continue to subsidize Usne and Umjolo wake and whatnot and whatnot. You understand? So I understand Umusa's point. As a parent, he is disappointed and whatnot. Granted. But for me, I just want to focus more on Usne, guys. I just feel like we've all seen how things have been. I don't even think, oh, even though Umusa is busy giving everybody cars and whatnot, his boys and whatnot, but I just I just know for a fact that Usne doesn't even have a driver's license. Let's start there. Because even when she was going to see her child, and make sure the child is staying with the father's family, you understand, she even had to use a taxi, and she didn't even seem to mind. For me, I just feel like Usune, she's at a point where she's accepted that, okay, I will never mean much to my father. You understand? Nothing that I do is gonna make sense to him. I just feel like the thing that we see here on TV where Umusa doesn't really pay much attention to Sneh, maybe it's something that has been like that forever. Growing up, I feel like it's something that has been like that forever, and she's just at a point where she's accepted that, okay, my father is my father, but he's not being a father. You understand? You can be a parent to somebody, but you're not really parenting them. You understand? So for me, I was like, it's sad, guys. It's sad. And this thing of Usine, like, going after one boyfriend after the other, after that, like having another child and whatnot. We all know that Usine lost her third child. She was supposed to have like a third born by now, but unfortunately she got a miscarriage. You understand? But I just feel like Osine, she just goes out dating these people. She just goes out dating these boys and whatnot. She's never home because she's like, I am not getting the love that I want from my father. I rather just go out there and look for it elsewhere. You understand? And if there's a boy that is willing to give me the kind of love that I need, I'm gonna be there for that boy, and I'm gonna go and stay with that person, because at least that's where I'm getting the comfort. That is where I feel the warmth. That is where that I'm feeling the love. I'm getting everything that I've ever wanted. I just feel like she just want to be accepted for some reason, guys. I just feel like, and you guys, do you remember there was a time the last season, because we found out that Usne, she was literally taken advantage of by somebody in the family. Like, you understand, they were taking advantage of her and whatnot. So Umusa, when he found it, like when he found that whole thing out and whatnot, because the whole of South Africa, they came for Umusa, you understand, he acted like he was changed. He was like a caring parent and whatnot. Now this new season, he's back to his normal self. So which means everything that he was doing, it was for show. So I just feel like even if Usne like opens up for to her father and tells him like whatever she's facing and their problems and whatnot, it's never gonna change how he feels about her. Because in his eyes, Usne is just lazy. In his eyes, Usne is just a disappointment. Usne doesn't want to take accountability and whatnot. And I feel like even though she's been through all these things, I feel like Usne hasn't really like reflected on her actions. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like she hasn't really reflected in her own self to see that, okay, the reason why I am doing these things that I am doing is because maybe I never got like the much love that I needed. That's why I have to go out there and look for it elsewhere. You understand? That's why even my father, like when he looks at me, he doesn't even care much about what I do. You understand? And I feel like it's even worse in this situation because you see your father doing all these things for the kids that came after you. And when you as a firstborn, nothing is happening in your life, nothing is moving and whatnot. And all these people that came after you, they're being appreciated, they are given opportunities, like everything. If Umpumelelo goes out there and have a baby, Musa, like he will make sure that he does everything. You understand? He'll make sure that is present and whatnot. And how many times has Umpumelelo messed up, guys? Like that boy has messed up a lot, but the the only person that is a sinner in Musa's eyes, it's Usnegas. Do you remember even Umpumelelo, he even had like a sex tape and whatnot. He was even on the news. Everybody was talking about him, the blogs and whatnot. And that guy, Ukun Loli, she was like, they were even ready to take that girl who leaked the sex tape to, they were ready to take her to court, to sue her. Almost I was even willing to sue. And he was paying for all this everything. He was literally paying. He was willing to do everything and pay so that they can sue Ukunloli. But is a different story when it comes to Usne. So guys, I just feel like it's a sad thing, guy. It's a sad. I just feel like parents, they do have their favorites. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Parents, they do have their favorites. That thing of saying, oh, when you're a firstborn, you're gonna be loved. It doesn't work like that. I'm not saying Umusa doesn't love Usnei, but I feel like the kind of love that he gives Usnei, like, it's very limited. Meanwhile, the boys that are doing all these things, messing up everybody, messing around, like causing a spectacle like everywhere for this family, you understand, but for some reason everything that they do is always welcomed. He's always overlook everything, and for him it's like, these are my boys. He's proud of them, even to a point where he's buying them cars and whatnot. But Usne, he doesn't even care much. He doesn't even need kids in his house and whatnot. Nothing. He doesn't care much. For me, it's just a sad situation, guys. So whatever you do, I feel like it's time for Usne to have reflect, to look back at everything and try to deal with the traumas and understand that I will never be Daddy's favorite. I will never be Daddy's favorite. Now it's time for me to act right and literally like try to change and do better. You understand? Maybe Musa will be able to give her another chance, maybe get her another job and whatnot. But I feel like as long as Sane, like, she hasn't really like reflected on herself and her actions and whatnot, it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of healing, because she has to come to terms with the situation that she's at. So I feel like, I know this is it's an old story, guys, but I just feel like it's important for people to talk about these things and understand that sometimes parents, like this thing of having favorites and having other kids see that when now you have favorites and whatnot, and you are not doing the same thing. Because if you look at that family, guys, the only person that seems out of place is the firstborn. She seems like very out of place. Nobody really cares about her. So for me, like when I saw that scene, it was very painful. And the things that Umusa said, like for me, it really pained me. I'm like, maybe because I resonate with everything. So I guess before I continue talking too much, please like, comment and subscribe.